and I am PMsquare's marketing specialist. Every Friday we do a team lunch, and today we are doing a spicy chicken sandwich tasting to bring all the data and analytics to you. Let's check it out.
I knew what this was as soon as I looked at it.
Directions.
Oh my gosh, I love chicken sandwiches so much. I would say that my go-to meal is probably a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, fried or spicy.
It's a good sandwich.
Yeah.
It's a good sandwich.
I love chicken sandwiches. I consider myself a chicken sandwich connoisseur, so I feel like I'm gonna have some pretty big and good opinions on what we're about to do today.
Texture is pretty limited, but
Immediately, like tasting texture, taste is good. Maybe not like
I like the
fantastic.
taste.
Like the bun.
The bun's shiny.
The bun's shiny. It's like it does. It feels good. The cross section feels pretty solid.
Yep.
Good distribution of flavors, of ingredients.
Love chicken sandwiches. I'm willing to bet, even blind taste testing, I could tell you each brand of these chicken sandwiches.
Something about that shiny bun just awesome.
I know.
It does.
The first one was so spicy.
It was.
It's
Heavy plate.
that is a heavy plate. This looks good.
Moderate chicken sandwich.
This tastes good too.
I like chicken sandwiches. I wouldn't say I always go for them, but I have definitely eaten a number of chicken sandwiches in the past.
At least one bite with everything in it.
I will say,
Temperature advantage.
temperature advantage.
Well, here's the thing. I was excited at first until I knew that it would come with all of the toppings.
I think the chicken tastes better, but ironically, for someone who hates pickles, I think the pickles and the sauce on the other sandwich elevated that taste by one.
But I think the lack of extra toppings like a sauce or something else makes it look boring. I'm a sauce girl. I want more sauce.
So it's not bringing much heat.
It's not.
Chris Lochelle's the biggest seat in our office by far.
As you guys were growing up, did anyone's parents shop at Market Day?
Nope.
You know what Market Day is? You probably don't. Maybe that's not a thing anymore. But like Market Day was like the blandest, most horrible version of everything. And this reminded me a little bit of the Market Day chicken sandwich.
Most discerning for a hot chicken sandwich. You know, both Dustin and Chris are very discerning hot chicken folks.
There was good fusion though. There was some good fusion on that.
Infusion.
This is the one I was waiting for. The office for
I thought the taste was awesome. I thought the texture was awesome. I thought the fusion was awesome. It's hard to beat a good fried chicken sandwich. Presentation was just kind of meh.
But what fusion did you have with the second one? It was literally just chicken.
Delicious fried boiled
Look at this
chicken breast.
distribution.
I couldn't find anything nice to say about the second one.
Taste.
Really?
The chicken had nothing to it. Like I felt like I was eating chicken.
It was the only one that tasted like chicken.
I think that you might be coloring your perceptions based on what you think the brands are.
If I had to guess, Dustin will have the worst opinions of anyone, and will probably take it too seriously, and be nitpicking things that have no business being nitpicked.
Like I feel bad for this family of that chicken, that this is what his life became. Oh, I see some greenery on this one. Wow, is this a diet food?
The chicken has speckles of seasoning.
Ooh, we're getting fancy.
We are.
Okay. All right. Very different. Immediately.
Lettuce, tomato.
It does. Okay. So it's mayo, lettuce, tomato.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Raiden will be the pickiest. He told me earlier today he doesn't like pickles, he doesn't like tomatoes, so it'll be a rough day for him.
Has anybody else noticed that the spice seems to be leaking into the meat? Ooh, again, see that? The orange. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of tomato on this one, so I might be able to
Here. Where is there more tomato? And look at that lettuce. Like, there's no tomato. I got tomato in my first bite, which, again, presentation, I feel like is going downhill, right?
I actually like the presentation when I saw it. I was like my first thought looking at it was like, this has got something to it.
From afar.
It's got some
Turn these three cross sections around.
It doesn't hold well.
Kind of inconsistent.
Chicken's okay.
Some of the halves have a lot of lettuce on it.
Yeah.
Look over there, I don't see any lettuce.
It's hard because I don't like the flavor of this chicken as much, but I feel like the lettuce, tomato, mayo bun fuse together really well.
I felt like there was opportunity for better fusion than we got. My sandwich was kind of falling apart.
That's true.
Yours fell apart as you grabbed it.
Yeah.
So I feel like while there was such upside with the mayo, with all the different toppings to fuse together and become one,
Yeah.
it didn't quite happen.
You kind of have to do it yourself.
The dark horses here are McDonald's and Wendy's. You know, lesser known, lesser respected. I'm not sure what they're going to bring to the table.
This chicken breast feels more. I don't know another word to describe, more nuggetified. Like it's a nugget, you know, like a chicken nugget. That same kind of like.
I think I
this
get what
feels-
you're saying.
That makes
Like
sense.
that too, but looking at that.
Wow, this is getting my first ones. This is getting my first ones. Yeah, and presentation and texture, I just felt like it just wasn't it.
The heat's good.
But I feel like the heat would be good if you went to any of these restaurants.
And the chicken breast.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Solid piece of chicken.
Wow.
Another heavy plate.
Okay, yeah.
That
See
looks to
this?
be heavy as well.
This looks the best presentation easily. That cross section,
Lots of crisp.
it does. It feels crisp. It's ready. Feels good. Sauce is coming out.
Man.
Pickles are there.
This sandwich isn't joking around.
Orangey sauce
Yes.
plus pickles plus chicken.
Good stuff. All right.
It's a good sandwich.
The crunch. Solid breading.
Chicken was good. Texture, pretty good.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite.
I think it's not as hot as the other ones that we've had, but can't grade on that.
You're right. It's not as spicy as the first one, but I feel like it. Evenly distributed. I didn't even mind the pickle that much. It feels fresher.
It's a legit pickle. All the other ones are just these little pickles where it's like, you know, this is the best pickle you got. Put up a sign saying we don't have any more pickles. These pickles, these are for real.
Again, I think the chicken tasted more like.
I'm a sauce girl. I want the more sauce on this one.
Here's the thing: is none of these would be chicken. Like I would just say, I'm never going to eat this ever again.
It's looking pretty good.
This looks like a solid chicken.
Wow.
Yeah. You know,
Large. Does that bun show toasted bun?
Wow. Right for it. This seems like the most chaotic sandwich.
I
it
agree.
does, while at the same time looks really good. Does anybody else notice that it feels like there's two sauces on it?
Interesting.
Yeah. No, I think it's two sauces. I think they're two different sauces.
Wow. It's a crazy sandwich. It evolves over the course of the bite because you've got the one sauce on the bottom and the one other sauce on the top.
You can't beat a good spicy chicken sandwich.
Very different than the others. I'm very
It's
juicy.
spicy.
It is spicy.
This is the spiciest one.
That chicken is very, very chewy.
The chicken isn't as good, but the breading.
You know, this
really
one,
is hard.
check the forehead. We've got sweat. Sandwich number 5 got us to break a sweat. 10 out of 10 on sweat.
Yeah.
Questions. Get away on the
Literally sweat.
Right.
Great.
It's very high on presentation, very high on fusion for me, but texture is
I wonder if that buildup of spice is amplified because of the prior four sandwiches.
You know, same concept with these pickles as the last one. They feel fresher. They feel like real pickles.
Wow.
It's a wonderful experience. A wonderful team bonding experience.
Overall experience was good. I only gagged like 3 times at the pickles, but other than that, it was good. I felt like I got a good overall view of each chicken sandwich.
I think that I can say without a doubt that this was the best company lunch we've ever had.
You know, overall it was pretty good. It was a unique way to do a lunch, trying a few different types of chicken.
It was great. It was very good. All of the sandwiches had differences with them, but I think we all had a great time together.
I am certainly happy I
I am so happy I took some time out of my day. Ecstatic.
Absolutely, it was a blast.
I am happy. Free lunch, I'll always go for. And it was a really fun experience.
Yes. But I think we all walked in with some preconceived notions that maybe influences the scoring system. Point anyone out specifically, like Dustin.
Absolutely. Many of the contestants were trying to already identify the brand names or the logos. I tried to stay as neutral as possible.
Ooh, okay, all right. Definitely of some contestants. I think, without naming any names, Dustin is very biased towards the Chick-fil-A sandwich. But other than that, I tried to remove all of my biases. I'm definitely guessing the brands, and I know I'm right, but you know, a sandwich that I didn't think was going to win actually won for me. So
Absolutely. I think that Dustin was eyeballing those sandwiches as they came in the door, and once he knew what brand was associated with it, it entirely warped his rating persona.
What a great question. I do think I was probably a little bit biased about the Chick-fil-A sandwich because I was going in thinking it would be the best. In comparison to the others, it's not the same style, so it's really hard to compare them. But
As we're going through, boy, that's a good question. My ratings were different than some of the other folks, but I don't know that they were surprisingly so.
yes, actually, there were a couple people that rated some sandwiches, as we discussed, rated either texture or presentation either much lower or much higher than me. You know, one of my sandwiches rated a 1 when somebody had a 4. I think it was Dustin or Chris that had the texture up there, and I just, didn't hit for me.
Yeah, I'd say that there was some polarization around sandwich 2. The left side of the table seemed to be much more fond of it than the right side of the table. And
The left side being Dustin and Randy.
Dustin and Randy, yeah, and we were even accused on the right side of the table of having an unsophisticated palate, which I take great offense to.
yeah, I'd say that basically Chris, Braden, and Hannah, they don't know how to rate food.
And edibility was number 1. They probably all met that criteria. I'm not as much of a spice person as some of the other people, so a couple of the sandwiches were too spicy for my taste.
The chicken. I mean, if you're gonna make that the hallmark, the chicken needs to be right.
Just taste. It all came down to flavor and how well everything worked together. The bun, the sauce, the chicken, the pickles.
Wow. The most important component's gotta be, you know, I think it's texture. If you get a bad texture on a chicken sandwich, it's texture or taste. I can't really pick one or the other.
I would say the texture is the most important.
Oh, great.
I mean, if you think me painfully trying to eat my first bite of most of those sandwiches was funny, then maybe me.
I think the funniest reaction was Randy's gall at concluding that my palate was unrefined.
Yeah, unsophisticated palate. And you need to be just whacked upside down with spice.
When I, as I said in the beginning, am a chicken sandwich connoisseur, and I've never been wrong in any of my chicken sandwich opinions.
Chris had the funniest reaction just because every time I looked over at him, his eyes were all lit up and he was very excited to be there.
I don't know. I can't say that I saw any funny reactions. Odd reactions for sure. Braden was a bit obsessed with cross sections.
Cross section around. Cross section feels pretty solid.
See the cross sections next to it. 3 cross sections around the section right here.
Which one was it? 2 and 3 scored the highest for me. Both at a 9.
Number 5. Number 5 was the highest. I ranked it an overall of 9.
After deep reflection on the topic, I think I have to go with sandwich 4 as the strongest overall offering. I waffled between 4 and 5, but in the end, 4 was too solid up and down.
The one I rated the highest was the 4th one, which I believe is the Popeyes. Probably the best overall taste was the 5th one, but the texture was so bad and it was so inconsistent. The steroid chicken you get at KFC, so I'm assuming that was a KFC one, but all the flavors were great. I just wish it had texture of chicken.
I rated sandwich 5 the highest.
I didn't score any terribly. The first one I scored as a 6, and that was my taste bias, just because it was so hot right off the bat.
No, I ranked number 3 the lowest. Certainly would not scale 3 very high. I will actively avoid ordering it.
It was 2.
2.
2 was the only of the sandwiches that I would not order. If I knew it was going to taste like that, I wouldn't buy it.